years, or I have an history of hypertension, or the patient can report to you that I have hypercholesterolemia, like that. So all these are the histories. And I'm an ex-smoker, I'm an alcoholic, all this would be social history. And family history would be like any other medical condition is family, like my mother had breast cancer, my father had prostate cancer. So all that is again the medical condition. So all that history should also be coded with medra. And medication errors if reported, product quality issues, device related issues, product use issues, pharmacogenetic terms, toxicology issues, and standardized queries. All these are coded with Medra. Okay, so which all we don't code with Medra. Okay, so Medra, we don't code a drug name with Medra dictionary. Okay, so there are various dictionaries. So this Medra dictionary, when we are using in a safety database, this Medra dictionary would be integrated to the safety database. Say now, here in Medipharm, you are going to practice Argus database, okay, which is a most commonly used database around the world. So, which is a globalized database. So, in which in Argus, this Medra dictionary is integrated. So, when you are using all this medical condition, indication, investigation, everything, it would autocode by itself. So, if there is any direct LLT, the Argus will autocode to in Medra dictionary to the corresponding term. Okay, so these are all we can code, and these are all whatever things are outside, we are not coding with Medra, which means we have some other dictionary other than Medra integrated in the Argus as well. Okay, so we don't code drug, any name of the drug with Medra dictionary. Okay, say suspect drug, your company suspect drug, or if the patient is taking any other medication at the time of the event, which we call it as concomitant medication. All these medication drug names are not coded with Medra, they are coded with drug dictionary. Okay, be specific. You might be asked questions on this. So, how do you code a drug? Do you use Medra for coding a drug? No. Your answer should be no. We don't use Medra for coding a drug. We use drug dictionary for coding any drug. Okay. And we also don't code patient demographic terms like height, weight, and all that is demographic, age. That is not coded with Medra. That is not coded at all. And then clinical trial study design. Study design would be like whether it is an open label study, blinded study, double blinded study, what kind of study it is. So we are not coding all these terminologies like clinical trial study design with meta coding. Any frequency qualifier like the patient is taking this drug twice daily, once daily, two times daily, or something like that. Frequency we are not coding with Medra. Numerical value results like I have already told, like if the patient is reporting that my hemoglobin is 10.0, then we code only the name of the investigation with Medra. That hemoglobin would be coded with Medra dictionary, but not the numerical value. The value which is provided to you is 10.0, which would be just entered, and there is no need to code any of the numerical values, and which cannot be done with a Medra dictionary. And the severity description, like severe, if the patient is telling, I have severe headache, I have mild headache, I have moderate headache. So we are not going to code the severity term. We are just going to code the terminology of only the headache. Okay. Not an equipment, device, or diagnostic product dictionary. Okay. So these are all not used, and where we use is basically the adverse event terms, the indication investigations, and for the history. Okay, now let's see the hierarchy of Medratum. So there are different hierarchy of Medratum. So if a patient is reporting to you, that reported term is called as verbatim. Okay, so verbatim, and you have to match the verbatim with the closest LLT. So they might ask you, how do you use Medra coding? So your answer should be the verbatim should be mapped to closest LLT. That's how we do Medra coding. So if the verbatim is headache, then you will have to use the closest LLT to headache. That would be again headache. Okay. So if you map it to closest LLT, all this other hierarchy, that is the next level of higher hierarchy to LLT is PT, which is nothing but the preferred term, And then the higher hierarchy is high level term, HLT. And then you have the high level group